Mark Twain, an autobiography. Written by Mark Twain. Narrated by GEOFFREY GIULIANO. Samuel Langhorne Clemens, born on November 30th, 1835, was better known by his pen name Mark Twain. He was an American writer, humorist, entrepreneur, publisher, and lecturer. Among his novels are The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, published in 1876, and its sequel, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, 1885, the latter called The Great American Novel. Twain was raised in Hannibal, Missouri, which later provided the setting for Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. He served an apprenticeship with a printer and then worked as a typesetter, contributing articles to the newspaper of his older brother, Orion Clemens. He later became a riverboat pilot on the Mississippi River before heading west to join Orion in Nevada. He referred humorously to his lack of success at mining, turning to journalism for the Virginia City Territorial Enterprise. Twain's great wit and satire in both prose and speech earned praise from critics and peers, and he was a friend to presidents, artists, industrialists, and even European royalty. Twain earned a great deal of money from his writing and lectures, but he invested in ventures that lost most of it, notably a mechanical typesetter that failed because of its complexity and imprecision. He filed for bankruptcy in the wake of these financial setbacks, but he eventually overcame his financial troubles with the help of Henry Huddleston Rogers. He laudably chose to pay all of his pre-bankruptcy creditors in full, even after he had no legal obligation to do so. Twain was born shortly after an appearance of Halley's Comet, and predicted that he would go with it as well. He died the day after the comet returned. He was lauded as the greatest humorist this country produced, and William Faulkner called him the father of American literature.
Mr. Clemens began to write his autobiography many years ago, and he continues to add to it day by day. It was his original intention to permit no publication of his memoirs until after his death. But after leaving Pier No. 70, he concluded that a considerable portion might now suitably be given to the public. It is that portion, garnered from the 250,000 of words already written, which will appear in this review during the coming year. No part of the autobiography will be published in book form during the lifetime of the author. Editor N.A.R. Introduction. I intend that this autobiography shall become a model for all future autobiographies when it is published after my death, and I also intend that it shall be read and admired a good many centuries because of its form and method. A form and method whereby the past and the present are constantly brought face to face, resulting in contrasts which newly fire up the interest all along, like contact of flint and steel. Moreover, this autobiography of mine does not select from my life its showy episodes, but deals mainly in the common experiences which go to make up the life of the average human being, because these episodes are of a sort which he is familiar with in his own life, and in which he sees his own life reflected and set down in print. The usual conventional autobiographer seems to particularly hunt out those occasions in his career when he came into contact with celebrated persons, whereas his contacts with the uncelebrated were just as interesting to him and would be to his reader, and were vastly more numerous than his collisions with the famous. Howells was here yesterday afternoon, and I told him the whole scheme of this autobiography and its apparently systemless system, only apparently systemless, for it is not really that. It is a deliberate system, and the law of the system is that I shall talk about the matter which for the moment interests me, and
Sample complete. Ready to continue?